Hello, and welcome to another True Crime Fans video. The Golden State Killer, a term that sent shockwaves through the nerves of every individual in California during the late 1970s to mid-1980s. The name has since been imprinted deeply into the annals of criminal history, becoming a freezing reminder of the predator who lurked in the shadows of these sun-kissed neighborhoods, his thirst for violence unquenchable. This video is not just a simple narrative, it's a deep exploration into the abyss of a sociopath's psyche. A chilling journey into the dark and twisted mind of a serial killer. We will dive headlong into his turbulent life, his peculiar habits, and his violent tendencies. We present a meticulous dissection of his horrifying crimes, each as chilling as the last, painting a terrifying portrait of the Golden State Killer, a man whose actions shook society to its core. We will traverse through the detailed timeline of his reign of terror, a decade-long period that was stained with blood and filled with despair. This video scrutinizes his methods, the cold and calculated manner in which he chose his victims, the brutal nature of his attacks, and the reign of terror that stretched on for what seemed like an eternity to the haunted residents of California. We delve deeper into the societal impact of his crimes, the waves of paranoia that his cruel actions incited in the communities he targeted. We explore the aftermath, the lingering effects that his crimes had on these communities, the fear that still haunts the survivors and their families. This video aims to shed light on the darkness he cast over these communities, the wounds he inflicted that are yet to heal. Beyond this, we will also focus on the tireless efforts of law enforcement and the investigative methods employed to bring this predator to justice. We'll reveal the compelling story of the investigation, the breakthroughs and the setbacks that marked the path to his apprehension. The Golden State Killer, a haunting phrase that remains forever associated with a time of terror and fear. This video delves into the dark and twisted mind of a serial killer, exploring his reign of terror, the impact it had on the communities he targeted, and the relentless pursuit that finally ended his reign of terror. Embarking on this journey, we hope to provide a more in-depth understanding of one of the most notorious criminals in American history. Our journey starts by meticulously dissecting the seemingly endless timeline of the Golden State Killer's heinous crimes. We begin with the initial stages of his horrifying reign, charting each incident from the first known event, a residential burglary in Visalia, California in 1974, to his final act of violence in 1986. Each crime shows an escalating pattern of violence that includes brutal break-ins, sexual assaults, home invasions, and cold-blooded murders. From the tranquil neighborhood of Citrus Heights to the expansive suburbs of Santa Barbara, no community remained untouched by his devastating onslaught. Every crime, though distressing and chilling in its own right, fits into a larger, intricate puzzle. Known under a variety of monikers such as the Golden State Killer, the East Area Rapist, and the original Night Stalker, this sinister predator proved a baffling enigma for law enforcement for over 4 decades. His methodical ability to commit atrocities without leaving substantial evidence behind gave him an almost phantom-like presence that instilled feelings of fear and helplessness in entire communities. We then immerse ourselves in the heart-wrenching personal accounts of survivors who, against all odds, survived his brutal attacks. One survivor, Jane Carson Sandler, shares her unsettling encounter from October 1976. Another, Margaret Wardlow, recounts her traumatic experience from 1977. Their narratives, filled with raw pain and resilient strength, paint a chilling portrait of a period when a sense of safety was abruptly ripped apart. Next, we shine a light on the unsung heroes of this narrative, the dedicated law enforcement officials. Detectives like Carol Daly, Larry Crompton, and Paul Holes, who tirelessly pursued the Golden State Killer with relentless efforts spanning years and even decades. Despite the scarcity of leads and the constant roadblocks, their refusal to surrender, driven by a deep-seated duty to protect and serve, is profoundly inspiring. We hear their struggles, their frustrations, but also their unwavering commitment to justice. This story reaches beyond the gruesome acts of a deranged individual to focus on the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. It applauds the perseverance of law enforcement, acknowledges the bravery of survivors, and commends the united strength of communities that refuse to be broken. Using detailed interviews with survivors such as Carson Sandler and Wardlow, and law enforcement officials like Daly, Crompton and Holes, we gain a first-hand perspective on the terror and devastation wrought by this elusive predator. These intimate accounts provide a profound insight into a dark chapter of history, giving voice to those who lived through this reign of terror. Next, we delve further into the Golden State Killer's method of operation. We aim to provide an in-depth description of how he meticulously selected his victims. He didn't pick his victims randomly. Rather, he focused on suburban neighborhoods, preferring houses that were close to open spaces, parks, creeks or schools for easy escape. He targeted victims who lived in single-story homes, often with a sliding door, studying their daily routines, their strengths and weaknesses with an eerie precision. This segment will shed light on the careful, methodical planning he employed before he even stepped a foot in his victims' houses. The man was a phantom, a dread-inducing spectre who lurked in the shadows, his eyes greedily absorbing every detail of his victims' lives. From there, we will take a deeper dive, exploring the heart-stopping moments of his stalking phase. Imagine him, a dangerous predator lurking in the shadows, watching, waiting, and calculating his next move. He was known to conduct extensive reconnaissance on his intended victims, often breaking into their homes when they were not there, learning the layout of their houses and unlatching windows for easy access during his attacks. He was a master of disguise, seamlessly blending into the background, just another face in the crowd, preying on the innocent and unsuspecting. Following this, we will examine the chilling crime scene reconstructions to understand the terrifying scheme he devised. The sections will include a detailed analysis of the physical evidence left behind, from the ligatures he used to bind his victims to the peculiar knots he tied, and how he exploited the vulnerabilities of his victims, often by exploiting their isolation or fear. Furthermore, we will review the archival footage, which will provide an eerie glimpse into the past. These pieces will illustrate the time, the atmosphere, the world in which he operated. We will help you understand how he managed to escape detection for so long, leaving a trail of terror that spanned over a decade. Lastly, we will illustrate the chilling techniques he employed. This will include a detailed examination of his methods of entry, from his preference for quiet break-ins through back doors or windows, his fondness for nighttime attacks, often when the victims were home alone, and his penchant for leaving a signature mark at each crime scene. His calling card was a sick show of power, often leaving behind items from previous burglaries to incite fear. Through the lens of the past, we will bring to light the horrors that he unleashed upon his victims, tainting their lives forever. This intense examination wraps up our journey into the life of the Golden State Killer. The initial investigations by law enforcement agencies involved a painstaking process of collecting and analyzing evidence, conducting interviews, and piecing together the puzzling elements of these heinous crimes. The forensics team had to sift through thousands of microscopic clues and meticulously cross-reference each one to find any potential links. As the body of evidence grew, so did the realization of the magnitude and intricacy of the crimes. The immense challenges encountered in linking the various crimes were not just vast, but also unique. The detectives, equipped with years of experience and training, found themselves amidst a puzzle that was multi-layered and intricate. Each piece was as enigmatic as the crime itself, each lead veering off into unexpected directions, opening up fresh avenues of suspicion. Each crime scene bore an uncanny resemblance with the other, adding to the intrigue and difficulty of solving the case. The inviolability of certain pieces of evidence, the ambiguity of others, combined with the constant introduction of new puzzling elements, left the law enforcement teams in a daunting labyrinth of unanswered questions. The profound impact on the affected communities was a somber, undertold narrative. They were grappling with the shadow of fear and uncertainty, feeling vulnerable in their own homes. The assailants' reign of terror had a ripple effect, not only affecting those directly victimized, but also casting a pall over entire neighborhoods. The community fabric was fraying, people torn between desperation, anger, and fear. The fear was palpable, gripping the entire state. The sense of dread spread like wildfire, turning neighbor against neighbor in suspicion and apprehension. The state was held captive by this unknown perpetrator, whose faceless menace continuously haunted the safety of households and shattered the peace of communities. The icy grip of fear wasn't confined to the affected individuals or communities. It pervaded the entire state fabric, from the state administration to the ordinary citizens. The fear was not only of the potential harm the criminal could inflict, but also the terror of the unknown, the fear of a faceless ghost who continued to elude capture and whose motives remained shrouded in mystery. The fear was a constant companion, a haunting spectre against the backdrop of an unsolved mystery. As the case transformed into ice-cold silence, the groundbreaking advancements in forensic technology emerged as a beacon of hope, with DNA analysis at the forefront, fueling the resurrection of the investigation. This was a case that had stymied law enforcement agencies for years, an enigma that had managed to insidiously slip through the cracks of a system specifically engineered to hunt down culprits and deliver justice. Foremost among the investigative tools that resurrected the case from the ashes was DNA analysis, an exponentially evolving field that illuminates the secrets embedded in the biological evidence found at crime scenes. DNA analysis, a revolutionary game-changer in the realm of forensic sciences, ventures into the microscopic realms of evidence, unmasking truths that the naked human eye can't discern. It has equipped the investigative authorities with the power to connect distant crime scenes, unmask the true culprits, and absolve the innocent. The accelerated evolution of this technology, its intensifying precision, and the massive genetic databases now available to law enforcement agencies have made an indelible impact. In this particular case, the DNA evidence discovered at the differing crime scenes acted as the decisive link, the missing puzzle piece that finally brought the decades-old mystery into sharp focus. It stood as the silent witness, the infallible evidence that relentlessly pointed towards the same individual, Joseph James DeAngelo. During the process of revisiting the cold case, a series of interviews were initiated with forensic experts and detectives. These dialogues delved beyond the technicalities of DNA testing or genetic profiling, embodying the meticulous and unwavering pursuit of the truth. It was a testament to the steadfast commitment of the investigators, their unshakable faith in the prowess of science, and the value they bestowed on every single piece of evidence, regardless of how minute it might have seemed initially. This colossal effort to decipher the DNA evidence was an exhaustive process, demanding harmonious collaboration and the reciprocal exchange of insights among multiple teams of experts. The outcome was nothing short of astounding, a sudden burst of understanding that lit up the dark recesses of a mystery that had lain dormant for far too long. These breakthroughs that ultimately led to the arrest of Joseph James DeAngelo were more than mere triumphs of technology. They underscored the enduring power of science, the relentless quest for justice, and the profound impact unwavering determination can imprint on even the most frigid cases. The advancements in forensic technology, especially DNA analysis, proved pivotal in cracking this complex case, shedding new light and leading to the apprehension of the perpetrator. As we delve into the intricate web of legal proceedings and charges against DeAngelo, we find ourselves peeling back layers upon layers of a complex and harrowing case that has captivated the nation's collective consciousness. Every intricate detail, every lawyer's note, and every piece of evidence is meticulously examined, shedding unprecedented light on DeAngelo's sinister activities and revealing the depth of his guilt. Each guilty plea, each damning confession uttered by DeAngelo reverberates through the courtroom, a chilling affirmation of the horrifying atrocities he has committed. The charges are many, the crimes gruesome, from multiple counts of burglary to sexual assault and murder. Each plea punctuates the heavy air, a stark contrast to the deafening silence that had previously shrouded the case, a silence that was only broken by the anguished cries of the victims' families. The impact on these families is profound and far-reaching. Their lives are forever altered by D'Angelo's heinous actions. Their grief is palpable, their sorrow visible, their voices echoing in the courtroom, a haunting and powerful reminder of the human cost of D'Angelo's crimes. They serve as living testimonies to the pain inflicted, the lives lost, and the innocence stolen. The tension in the courtroom is almost tangible, every eye fixated on D'Angelo, every ear tuned to his admissions of guilt as he stands trial. In this hallowed space, justice is not a vague concept, but a looming, inescapable reality. Courtroom footage or sketches offer a revealing glimpse into this grueling ordeal, ensuring that viewers aren't mere spectators but active participants in bearing witness to justice being served. The narrative takes a deep dive into the profound and lasting impact of the Golden State Killer's crimes on survivors and victims' families. It gradually reveals the myriad ways in which their lives were forever changed. The narrative handles the pain, trauma, fear, and shock that stem from such an event with utmost sensitivity, focusing on the wounds that still bleed, years after the crimes occurred. Through a blend of archival footage, haunting photos, personal recollections, and intimate interviews, the narrative pieces together the chilling tragedy that forever scarred an entire community. We delve into the heart-wrenching stories of the survivors, their resilience shining like a beacon in the darkness, their courage evident in their quest for justice. We listen to their voices, thick with sorrow, laced with courage, and burning with determination to reclaim their lives and identities from the haunting shadow of the Golden State Killer's reign of terror. Their stories resonate with incredible strength, their spirit indomitable, their resolve to heal and move forward, leaving an everlasting impact. The families of the victims form another significant part of this narrative. Their poignant accounts, filled with loss and pain, highlight the immense emotional toll inflicted by the killer. There's a profound emptiness in their voices, a chasm created by the loss of their loved ones that can never be filled. The unimaginable pain of losing someone in such a horrifying manner forever imprints on their hearts. Yet they too, like the survivors, continue forward, transforming their suffering into a force for change, for justice. Through candid interviews, we traverse their stories, weaving a tapestry of pain, resilience, and determination. These interviews serve as a stark reflection of society, shedding light on the colossal impact of such heinous crimes. They act as a poignant reminder of the heavy price paid by the innocent and the uphill journey they undertake toward healing. The most powerful part of this exploration is the enduring human spirit apparent in each story. Despite the immense trauma and the emotional scars, there exists a collective will to rise, to heal, and to not let the past define the future. Through these interviews, we gain a deeper understanding of the emotional toll inflicted by the Golden State Killer and the long, arduous journey toward healing that each survivor and family member undertakes. We take a deep dive into the wider ramifications of this case, intricately exploring the expansive web of its profound and far-reaching effects. In our exploration, we meticulously dissect the lessons that have been extracted in a multitude of specialized areas. This includes the evolution of forensic techniques, which have been refined and advanced as a direct response to the challenges encountered in this case. The development of criminal profiling has been shaped by the particular psychopathology of the Golden State Killer, resulting in a more nuanced understanding of criminal minds. Community awareness, too, has seen significant growth, with unprecedented levels of engagement and vigilance stemming from the need to ensure safety. The Golden State Killer case triggered more than just a ripple in the world of true crime. It was a bone-chilling revelation of the horrifying depths of human depravity. Yet, it also acted as a stark reminder of the resilience inherent in human beings. The victims and their families, embodying bravery and strength, became symbols of survival. Law enforcement officers who relentlessly pursued justice for years epitomized tenacity. The wider community demonstrated unity and resolve, their actions an inspiring testament to our collective fortitude. The resolution of the Golden State Killer case brought long-awaited closure to the affected communities. It allowed them to finally lay their fears and nightmares to rest. The end of this mystery signaled more than just an end to decades of uncertainty. It symbolized a reclaiming of normalcy, control, and peace. It was a collective exhalation, a united release from a burden that had been suffocating them for years. Unquestionably, State Killer Case holds immense historical importance in the realm of true crime. Its impact on the lives of those affected has been colossal, completely altering their trajectories and leaving a permanent imprint on their memories. Beyond the victims, this case revolutionized the landscape of criminal investigation and profiling, forever transforming our approach towards violent crime. As we reflect on this somber chapter in California's history, we are powerfully reminded of the resilience of survivors and the imperative of justice. It serves as a loud reverberation of the courage and grit of those who faced adversity head-on and emerged stronger. As we turn the last page of this case, we engrave its lessons deep into our collective consciousness, ensuring they remain as enduring reminders of our capacity to overcome. We're grateful for your viewership. Your time and commitment to true crime fans fills us with appreciation. Our aim is to consistently deliver riveting, meticulously researched true crime narratives that hold your interest. The support we receive from you is invaluable. When you hit that like button on our videos, it doesn't just make our day, it also enhances our visibility on the platform. This in turn enables us to reach a wider audience, which is critical to our growth. But we don't just want you to like our videos, we'd love for you to share them too. Each share reaches new potential viewers, helping us build our community and improve our ability to consistently produce high-quality content. Take a moment to share our work with your friends, on your social platforms, or with any true crime fans you know. Every share truly makes a difference. Subscription to our channel is not just about staying updated, it's about becoming a part of our growing community of true crime fans. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you never miss out on our intriguing new episodes and updates. We regularly serve up fresh content and offer a wealth of resources from the thrilling world of true crime. Intrigued? There's more. We often link related videos and additional resources in the description of our videos. These can provide a deeper dive into the stories we cover, or explore different but equally riveting true crime narratives. Visit our channel and you'll find a treasure trove of content waiting to be discovered. So remember, please like, share, and subscribe. Your engagement encourages us to continue delivering the true crime stories that you love. Thank you once again for your unwavering support.